My name's Jess, and this is a flow that I really like to do when I'm feeling tired and wired. Maybe I have a lot going on in my mind and I just want to calm down either for a good night's sleep or so I can be really focused at the next thing I'm about to do. So we'll start off with some steady, continuous movement and then get into some nice, juicy stretches. Let's get started. Come into downward facing dog. Bring your hands to the mat just wider than shoulder width distance apart. Curl your toes under and send your hips up and back. Drop down into your body. Start to feel your breath. Connect with the parts of your body that are pressing into the floor, your hands, your feet. Gently rotate your triceps towards each other. Tilt your tailbone towards the sky. Let your sits bones fall away from each other. Bend your right knee. Press your left foot down and back. Stretch through your left calf. And then switch. Bend your right knee, or your left knee. Press your right foot down and back. Now come back to center. Sweep your right leg high. Keep your hips pointing down at first. And now open up your hips. Stack your right hip over your left. Bend your right knee. Rotate your right ankle around. Let your chest turn slightly towards the right. Now big, strong step. Your right foot comes between your hands. Drop your back knee down. Keep your back toes curled under. Round your spine. Tuck your chin. Press your hips gently forward. Think up and out of your fingertips. Now straighten your right knee and your left knee lifts back off the mat. Wide pyramid. Shift your right hip back. Now drop down to the back knee again. Bend your front knee and move through that range of motion several times. Just lubricating the hip joint, starting to relax any tension in the front and the backs of your legs. Let the movement be really easy and steady. Good, one more time through. And step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in and a breath out. Left toes reach up and back. First, your left hip stays pointing down. Keep pressing up and out of your hands. Then open up your left hip, stack it on your right. Bend your left knee, turn your chest right. Now big step, your left foot comes forward between your hands. Right knee drops down. Find a little cat in your back. Press your hips forward, round your spine, tuck your chin. Keep pressing your back foot firmly down. Now straighten both legs, lifting your back knee up off of the mat. Feel that big opening of your left hamstring. Then back into the lunge, dropping your right knee down and moving through that range of motion a couple of times here. Gently nudging your left hip back as you lift your hips up, and then finding a little round of the spine as you drop your back knee down. Good, one more time. Then step back, downward facing dog. Look forward. Walk your feet up between your hands, coming into forward fold, and take a moment to rest here. Pick your hips up. Take an arm variation. Maybe you grab opposite elbows with your hands. Let your head and neck sway. Release any tension through your hamstrings. And release your arms towards the mat. Slowly roll all the way up to stand, firming your glutes, pressing your heels down, letting your head be heavy until you roll all the way into Samastitihi, bringing your palms together to touch at heart center. One breath here. Inhale. Open mouth, exhale. Good. Now we begin with some steady, continuous movement and breath. Inhale, your arms overhead. Upward salute. Exhale, forward fold, palms through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift, hands to your shins, flatten your back. And exhale, fold. Good. Inhale, upward salute. Press through your heels, rise strong, hands high. And exhale, forward fold. Moving into some lunges. Inhale, halfway lift, long spine. Exhale, low lunge, left foot steps back. This time, keep your back knee lifted. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up, strong legs. Exhale, downward facing dog. Plant your hands, step your right foot back. Inhale, right toes high. Keep that breath steady. Exhale, low lunge. Step your right foot forward, back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana. Lift your arms up. Exhale, forward fold. Step to the top of your mat. Inhale, upward salute. Press your feet down, rise strong. Exhale, forward fold. Palms through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift. Lengthen from tailbone to head. Exhale, low lunge, right foot steps back. Keep that back knee lifted. Inhale, crescent lunge, rise up, deep bend in your left knee. Exhale, downward facing dog, hands to the mat. Inhale, left toes high. Exhale, low lunge, step your left foot forward, back knee down. Inhale, Anjaneyasana, reach your arms high, lift your chest. Exhale, forward fold, step to the top of your mat. Inhale, upward salute, rise tall. Exhale, forward fold, palms through heart center. Inhale, halfway lift, now listen. Exhale, palms to the mat, step back, plank pose. Then lower to the knees and all the way down to the belly. Flip to the tops of your feet. Cobra pose. Elbows reach back, legs are strong, chest lifts forward, finding that opening of the chest without kinking through the low back. Pull your hands back towards your hips, good. Now child's pose. Press up through your hands and send your hips back to your heels. Take a deep inhale and a deep exhale. Grounding back down into your body. Feeling where you connect with the ground, feeling that which supports you. Tabletop. And downward facing dog. Inhale your right toes high. Step your foot outside your right hand. Bring your heel to the mat and your toes off the mat. Back knee comes down. Make sure that your ankle is far enough forward that you have a nice big open angle of your hip and your knee here. Take your right hand back behind you. There are lots of ways to do this pose. This time we're going to do thumb pointing down, catching the inside of our left leg, or our left foot. Then turn your chest towards the ground and breathe. Press up and out of your left hand. Find softness where you can. Pull your shoulders slightly away from your ears. Keep that breath nice and steady. If you start to feel your body soften into the stretch, think about pressing your left foot gently into your right hand, lengthening through the sides of your neck. Now slowly release your left foot. Toe heel your right foot to the center of your mat and come into half splits. You're going to extend your right knee till it's almost straight. You still have a micro bend in it. And then stack your hips right over your left knee. From here, lengthen your chest forward. Then melt your heart down towards your thigh. Now try and first find length in your spine as you extend forward. And then think of drawing the pinky side toe of your right foot back. Now slowly crawl your hands forward. Toe heel your foot until your right shin can lie parallel to the short side of your mat, coming into pigeon pose. Now I've gotten really into setting this posture up by first curling my back toes under, bringing my fingertips by my hips, lifting my hips off of the mat and firming my right shin into the ground. Then once you have that really solid foundation, start to lower forward and stay active through that right shin instead of just melting immediately down. Allow it to be an active stretch at that range of motion. Then breathe. Maybe you flip to the top of your left foot. Maybe you eventually do lower your head down to where it can rest. Allowing this to be whatever serves you. And if you get any discomfort in your knee, flip over to your back and do the supine variation of this pose. And feel as the posture changes the longer you hold it. Just notice the effect. Slowly press your hands into the mat, lift your chest. Make your way through tabletop, back to downward facing dog. Take your time, no rush. Taking whatever time you need to move around and down dog, reset your center. Then inhale your left toes high. And step your left foot to the outside of your left hand. Heel is on the mat, toes are off the mat, back knee comes down. Again, finding a nice wide stance so that your ankle is far enough in front of your knee that you have a lot of space here. Pressing up and out of your right hand, reach your left hand up and back, catching the inside of your right foot, thumb points down. Once you have contact, turn your chest towards the mat. Keep pressing up and out of that right arm. Let your tailbone drop towards your mat. Maybe you think of gently guiding your left knee towards center line here. And then put some space between your teeth. See if you can really bring the energy of this pose down. Go let my cat out. You stay right there. There you go, bud. All right, now we'll release our right foot down to the mat. Bring your hands back in front of you and then toe heel your left foot to the center of your mat, bringing your hips over that right knee. Then straightening your left leg, gently nudge your left hip back in space. Reach your chest forward, lengthen your spine, and then let your chest fall towards your thigh. Where can you find ease here? And now we'll take our hands back in front of us. Bring that left shin all the way down to the mat, parallel to the front of your mat. Well, it probably won't be parallel. The more parallel it is, the more intense this will be. I always like to have my shin a little bit angled. Curl your right toes under and then press your fingertips down, lifting your hips strong through your front shin. Press your ankle firmly down. And lower your hips to the ground. Walk your hands forward. And settle in. Maybe you flip to the top of your right foot. And then allow whatever variation you take to be what you need. So if your body says going deeper will be rejuvenating, please do that. But if you need a little bit more space for your body to feel like it can relax, then lift your chest up, push your forearms down. There's no right or wrong way to do these postures. We're more focused on what is the impact that it has on our body right now. See if you can draw your breath into this pose. Really use your inhales to nourish you, and then your exhales to release what you don't need. Now to exit our pose here, we're going to press up onto our palms. Roll over onto that left sit bone and sweep the right leg in front of us until we grab on behind our thighs and roll all the way down onto our backs. Once you arrive, bring your feet to the ground, your arms down by your sides. We're going to take a quick bridge pose here. Press your palms firmly into the mat and lift your hips up. As you do, isometrically pull your heels back towards your shoulders. Keep your breath steady. Then, starting at the top of your spine, slowly lower your hips all the way back down. Then bring the soles of your feet to touch. Bring your knees out wide, Supta Baddha Konasana. Shift your shoulders underneath you. Let your palms face up and take a few breaths here. I know that oftentimes when I go about my day, I'm like gathering all of these different tensions throughout my hips. That's why when I go to bed, I like to stretch my hips in all of these different angles. I find that it helps my mind relax as I'm trying to fall asleep. Now bring your hands to the outside of your thighs, close your knees together like a book, and then draw both of them into your chest. Gently roll around in a few circles, stirring your femurs in their ball sockets, going in both directions. Then pull your knees into your chest, give one final squeeze, and release your legs long, your arms long into just a moment here of Shavasana to let all of this settle. Feel the ground underneath you. Don't worry about any thoughts that may come or go from your mind. Let your breath come back to a normal, neutral state. Just be here. I'll let you know when about another 30 seconds is up. And slowly reach your arms overhead. Take a big, long, full body stretch. And roll onto one side, pausing for a moment to feel the reset. And press slowly up, observing how your body feels. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope that it brought you some calm, that it helps you prepare for whatever you're about to do, whether it's go to sleep or move on with your day. Again, my name is Jess. Take care.